Alrighty, folks, we're here. It's Quest Week, and I'm here to answer all your questions. So, let's go to the uh, chat and see what people are asking. Can you reverse compaction? Yes, you can. I'm assuming that you want a little more about how we can do that. Well, if you want to know how, then there's a module in the classroom. Just kidding, just kidding. The way you can break up compaction is by adding organic material and microorganisms. This creates pore space inside, and it also creates aggregation, right? So the organic material provides some pore space, while microorganisms create aggregation. They create glues, and they glue these things together, and now all of a sudden you have pore space for air, water, and everything else to kind of flow through. So hopefully that answers your question, Mary Heather. Moving on to Steve. Same question. How do we take care of this in a no-till situation? That's difficult. If you're in a no-till situation and you already planted a bunch of things into clay soil and it's not growing for you, you got two options. You can top dress with organic material, try to get that stuff in there, and it's going to take a period of time. Or what you can do is till. Get that organic material in there, those microbes in there, and then go about it that way. Got a couple of different options. Most of those you're probably not going to like, but the better of two evils. You got to make a choice. Jim says, compacted soil is technically considered a form of soil suffocation. And if so, is it ethical to walk on living soil? It's ethical to walk on living soil. I do not walk on living soil if possible. It does create compaction. Compaction does create suffocation, and suffocation is murder. So if you're walking on your soil, you are a murderer, and you are killing the living soil and all the microorganisms in there. So that is a punishable offense somewhere, probably not in the United States, but yeah, I just wouldn't walk on a living soil. You're going to cause compaction, and you will suffocate all those microbes in there, and they were going to die. So, kind of funny, Jim. But hopefully that answers your question. Red asks, do plants send signals when they start to suffer from compacted soils? Well, I don't know a lot about botany and plants and stuff like that. I know a little bit to be dangerous. So what I do know is that when plants need specific nutrients, they will send exudates into the soil to be able to get those nutrients, right? If that is a form of signaling, possibly. Do you? There is something out there where plants talk to each other. Do I think plants talk to each other? Maybe, possibly, somehow. I'm not sure how that works. Haven't looked too much into it, but what I do know is they push out exudates when they do need things, and that goes into the soil. And if you consider that a form of signaling, then I would say yes. Hopefully that answers your question, Red. Alrighty. Kanita asks, true, good house plants here to learn though, but wonderful with food. Sorry, I couldn't make that out. I'd be more than happy to answer your question if you send me another message. They said sandy soil doesn't get compacted. My sandy soil is hard as a brick. Is there a difference between hard and compacted? I would say no. There's no difference between hard and compacted. It is difficult to get through. They do, not me, but they do use sand to be able to build buildings, foundations, and roads, and they compact that, and so it gets hard, right? So that makes sense. And if your soil has sand in it, it's probably compacted and it's very difficult. So there's no difference between hard and compacted. Julie piggybacks on that and says, if sandy soil is supposed to get, if sandy soil supposedly can't get compacted, then what is caliche? I think caliche is a different type of rock. It's a type of stone that mineralizes over thousands of years. I'm not sure if that comes from sandstone or if it comes from sand or what minerals are involved in that. That would be a geology question. Maybe. Maybe we have a geologist in the community. If you do, answer that question for me, please. But what is caliche? It is a rock that is extremely hard. That it's very prevalent here in this area of the country, and it's been formed over thousands of years. Sorry, I wish I could give you a better answer, but that's what I got. And that's it. So that's all the questions that we have. Hopefully this was good for the Q&A for the quiz week. Again, this is what we do. This will get posted. You guys have any further questions, post them down below. I'll try to get to them as best as possible. And we'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.